With the support of various members of Congress, the study was released at a press conference on Capitol Hill today by the Coalition Against Regressive Taxation. The study says the federal tax system has become more regressive over the last 10 years. That means lower and middle-income families are seeing a bigger chunk of their paychecks go to taxes, while the rich are paying less. And that gap could get even wider, according to Pete Marwick, the economic consulting firm that conducted the study.
The tax system has moved in a more regressive direction over the last 10 years as a result of the net effect of tax changes that have borne disproportionately on low-income taxpayers. Any increase in excise taxes will only accentuate this trend toward regressivity.
According to the study from 1979 to 1989, the share of taxes paid by lower-income families increased by 12%. And for middle-income families, almost 3.5%, while wealthier taxpayers saw their share of taxes actually decline. Some members of Congress want to double consumer taxes on everyday goods like gasoline, tobacco, beer, and wine in order to help reduce the deficit. If they succeed, the poor will be hit the hardest. Their tax burden would increase again by half, while the share of taxes paid by the rich would continue to fall. Tom Donohue is president of the Coalition Against Regressive Taxation.
The budget deficit is everyone's responsibility, but today we're seeing low and middle-income families paying more than their share of federal taxes. The suggestion that we would increase excise taxes to pay for the national deficit is unfair and it's inequitable. However, it's easy for members of the Congress to add to their tax base by increasing excise taxes because they're easy to collect and they're easy to hide behind.
Proponents of higher excise taxes say that an increase in the earned income tax credit given to some of the nation's poor would make up for an increase in taxes. However, the study shows that the earned income tax credit would help only about 1 in 9 poor families and would actually worsen the discrepancy between the rich and the poor.
There are all sorts of inequities in a system that says we're going to find a small number of industries and a small number of consumers to pay for everybody else's deficit. It's unfair and it doesn't make sense.